in here that, well, before I get into that, I do want to say this. I made this note to myself, and I wanted to be sure that I did this. Why in the world? I look out here. What was it Nancy Pelosi called everybody here? AstroTurf. Wow, I see a lot of AstroTurf. Then I tell you what. Reminds me of the Queen of France that looked out at the people in the mobs and the crowds, and they said, the people are starving, they have no bread. And she said, well let them eat cake. That's how out of touch Nancy Pelosi and pals in Congress and the Senate are with the majority of people in the United States. That's just the honest to God truth. They are absolutely living in la-la land. They fly over us, going back and forth to one coast to the other, and they forget that we are the people who put them in power. And as was just eloquently stated, by doggies, we can send them home too. And it's high time. It is. It's high time. Why are they afraid of us? I'm going to read to you a quote from the Constitution, and I'll tell you why they're afraid of us. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievance. That's why they don't like us, folks, because we're doing something right here that hasn't been done since the Vietnam era. Since Vietnam until now, have you ever seen groups of people getting together all over the United States from a true grassroots movement? The way this thing is, the Tea Party movement, this is happening. On the way here, on the radio, they said there were 2,000, give or take a little, 2,000 more or less Tea Parties spontaneously erupting all over the United States right now. Right now. I haven't seen anything like that since people were protesting the Vietnam War. And our protests are a little bit different from theirs. And I will say this, I have been reading on a lot of blogs that there will be troublemakers, there will be people who are going to infiltrate the Tea Party movement. They're going to try to stir up trouble. They're going to shout rude racial epithets. They're going to try to paint us as radicals, as troublemakers, as rednecks, as backward hicks, uneducated, bumbling bums that don't have a clue what we're doing, and we just don't understand how the process works. Well, the truth of the matter is we do understand how it works, and that's what's got their attention. We know that we can go to the polls this November and we can start changing, really, truly changing things for a real transformation. If anybody tries to start up trouble, and I'm telling everybody this, we have got to be the police ourselves. If anybody tries to paint the Tea Party movement with a bad name or stir up trouble, we've got to get away from that. We cannot do that. We've got to take the high road here. We've got to. The national press is totally against this. That's obvious. Just watch Chris Matthews on MSNBC and his measly 300,000 that he has. I mean, just flip over to MSNBC and just watch for a little while if you can stomach it. Take a Finnegan or a Zofran before you do, though. I got to warn you. And listen at what they say. And the rhetoric. They talk about rhetoric. No, I hear a lot more nasty name-calling and rhetoric, potty mouth, coming from that side. And I have yet to hear a single four-letter word here tonight. Do you? I haven't heard one. I think this is a true cross-section of the true America right here. The true radicals, as far as I can tell, are not here. We're God-fearing, patriotic Americans trying to exercise our constitutional rights. Okay, what's in the bill? Well, since our elected non-representing representatives, I guess, don't seem to know because they haven't read it. Okay, how about 16,500 new federal jobs? Of course, they just happen to be with the IRS. As a matter of fact, I just saw a picture over here of Uncle Sam. I don't know, can you hold that up again? The I Want You, the picture, the poster that we've all seen since our childhood. I started to make up a poster and have Uncle Sam right there pointing And across his hat, I was going to put IRS, but then across the top of it, I was going to put what's in your wallet. So, and on the flip side of it, I didn't have time to do it. I wish I had done that so bad. On the flip side of it, I was going to handwrite out in big black marker the 50 taxes that we all pay every year. As of April the 9th, we're through paying our federal income tax. Woohoo! But from that point until somewhere around the end of May, we have to pay all of our property taxes and our state income taxes, and of course we got our sales taxes. My goodness, I mean, the list was just, I couldn't believe it when I saw the entire list of taxes. My jaw hit the ground, to be honest with you. But we're working almost half the year just to pay taxes. That's, whoa, back up the horses here. The Revolutionary War was fought over 0.5% of a stamp tax because it was taxation without representation. And you know, in all honesty, if my elected non-representing representative is not going to represent me and not going to read the bill, but they're going to vote for increasing my taxes, then that is the definition of taxation without representation. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend somebody? Did I? I'm sorry if I did.
Nope. I bet you are.
I was taught to be politically correct in medical school and not to say things so hurtful and rude because I'd hate to, you know, offend somebody.
We're a boring, unruly mob.
Oh man, I know. Bless us all. Maybe we all need Prozac. I don't know. Section 1501. I may go through here without giving a lot of the section numbers out. $750 to $2,000 fines per employee of any business that is without health insurance. The fines go to the employers. This starts in 2014. A lot of the taxes go into effect now of that $500 billion that I was telling you about. And this mandates people. This is a direct conflict with the Commerce Clause. The Commerce Clause says that the Congress is to regulate interstate commerce. It does not say that it is to mandate that you have commerce and then mandate that you buy health insurance whether you want it or not. That's what they're doing. They are twisting words in the Constitution in Congress right now. And I did see one non-representing representative actually say on YouTube, "Oh, I don't care about the Constitution." He actually said that. I don't know who he was, and I think he was actually a Republican. And he was from a northern state, but it skips my mind right now. But I'll tell you something else that should absolutely not only cook your goose, but absolutely just gets you fuming. Can I have personal access to your personal bank account right now? Right now, real time. Everybody here, I want, me personally, I want access to your bank account real time. Oh, come on. I'm a good guy. I'm from the IRS. I'm from the government. You can trust me. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help. Well, the IRS will have real-time, direct access to your bank account. If you refuse to buy health insurance, they will do one of two things. They will withhold it from your tax return, anywhere from $750 to $2,000 in fines, or they will directly deduct it from your bank account or your savings account. They will have absolute control over your personal checking account. Don't you trust the government? What's wrong with you guys? Come on. I mean, we elected these people. You know, they're looking out for our best interest. Now, I've got a question. I haven't been able to find this answer, and somebody may be able to help me with this. I honestly don't know. Anybody who's... Rick Crawford was out here a while ago. I think he may already be gone, but I want somebody to find this out who's either running for office or in office. If this is going to affect all employers, what about the small country churches out here in these rural areas that may have 20, 30 people going? They have their offerings and their collections, but they don't quite they have enough money to pay for a full-time minister, but they just don't quite have enough money to pay to support somebody and buy here's the other thing, a government-approved health insurance policy.